Have you been following the Trump news? It's kind of entertaining.
Very much
this
so.
is still the classified document stuff. I'm enjoying his like changing defenses. So here's the deal. He's been charged under the Espionage Act and of having documents that he's not supposed to have having to do with like national security. It doesn't matter if they're classified or not. So his first defense was, maybe the FBI planted those documents there. That probably wasn't me. And then his defense was, well, Obama has 33 million of these things. He's talking about the federal government's National Archives that happens to be in Chicago, as if Obama runs that, but he doesn't. And then his defense after that was Hillary did it too. And his defense after that was, I had a thought that once they enter Mar-a-Lago, they're all declassified. And no one's ever heard him say this, but that's a thing. The president has the authority to declassify things. So he says there's a standing rule that these are all now declassified. The problem is the Espionage Act doesn't pertain to classified. So it's not a defense, but he thought it was. And then there's some sort of court filing where he has to have a magistrate determine whether or not the FBI was able to look at these things. It's too late. They've already looked at them, but whatever. In doing that, he caused the DOJ to issue a reply, and they showed a picture of all the
caused them to. And legally speaking,
thank you, Zach.
He opened the door to that where it wouldn't have been open before. His legal team fucked him almost as bad as what's his name did.
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones did. They opened the door to allow them to do this.
Can you zoom in on that a lot, Zach? Because if you look at those documents, they're covered with like secret, classified, do not look, compartmental, super
do not
secret. Yeah, it's like,
and then if I see something like that, I'm reading it.
There's like no Russians on the front, like it's outrageous. And so they took a picture of all these things and sort of spread them out and made them look, just put them all on display. And Trump seemingly took great offense to the idea that he had a messy office or left him on the floor like that. So his new defense, which is killing me, is like, what? Hey, I had them in a box. All right. They were in a box. It was the FBI who spread them out over the floor like that. And I'm like, you just admitted that you had them. Like all the other defenses are gone. Now you're saying, yes, absolutely. I had these documents in my office in a box.
Well, and so what's they're charging him?
Dude, they're charging him with the
documents.
Well, they haven't indicted him yet. But yeah, apparently he's not supposed to be having these national secrets in Mar-a-Lago, and it violates the Espionage Act. I don't know what he's doing with these secrets. He might just be keeping keepsakes for all I know. But
I don't know.
Can I just say, like, so those boxes there. So what all of that is? I'm not trying to defend him at all, but it said all those were from boxes marked like 45 office, they're all from the presidential office. So somebody came in, packed him up, took everything out of his drawers, put it in boxes. I'm not absolving him of it being in his house. Mm-hmm. Maybe he put it in the boxes, but he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that does anything physical. Somebody packed his shit up for him and put it over there, and it's his fault that there's classified stuff in it. But it's all you see, like a Time magazine that's clearly about him also, like amongst the items.
Mm-hmm. So that's that. All right, a couple interesting things there. One, the National Archives, the department said, Trump, give us the classified documents. He's like, we don't have any. They're like, we know you have them and which ones you have. So he gave over some of them. He gave over like 30 of the 150. And then they're like, give us the rest. And Trump and his attorneys signed and swore that they didn't have any more. And that is why they went and did the raid and took the rest of them. So this whole idea that he was cooperating, which he's put out there a bunch, that they didn't have to search his house, is bullshit, because they already like forbid them to go to the places where the documents are. They already claimed and signed and swore that there were no more documents, but there were. And the thing about the Time magazine, they even took some of his wife's clothes. Was like, this is the carelessness in which he's storing it. He had like his wife's personal effects in some magazines just mixed in. Like these things were in his desk drawer, like national secrets, just in the desk drawer of Trump's office. It's not like they were all in the safe, tightly secured away and being protected. They were not cared Trump. For.
So by the very nature of the stuff he has is that we can't know what the stuff he has is. If he's got like, true. the names of CIA operatives behind enemy lines, it's like, holy fuck, you might need to be executed, dude. What were you thinking? But if he's got like, I don't know, the blueprints for like the presidential limo because he would like to brag about what it looks like on the inside, like no, it has a jetpack. See, but I had I you don't believe they let me test it? I did it all the time. Made him replace it, $5 million a pop. It could be some sort of weird braggy rich guy nonsense that he's got in there. It could be like, I bet he thinks it's cool that it says top secret. I would. Now, obviously, I wouldn't want to possess anything like that, but that's a cool folder. I want the folders. I don't want what's in them or anything. I don't get any trouble.
Depending on whether you like him or don't like him, he has shared an image of someone saying it's docs related to the destruction of the Iran deal. Depending on whether you like Trump or not, people are guessing what it could be.
Yeah.
I've heard Trump haters say, it might be the list of CIA operatives in private places behind Russian lines.
It's not insane because the CIA was saying very recently that a lot of our operatives have been exposed. And it was like right after he left office. He could be selling spies' names for money to Russia to keep PP tapes.
Wait, I'm still going. The people who love Trump, I saw it on Fox News. This guy was defending Trump, saying, hey, you know what? Some things are national secrets, like the route that the presidential limo will take. But then 1 million people saw the route they took, and while it's still classified, it's not a very big secret anymore. This is the route that it took in the past. And I'm like, yeah, people are definitely theorizing what's in these documents based on how much they like Trump.
Yeah, I like to picture a salad because I like to imagine that
it's definitely not a salad recipe.
There's no way Trump has salad.
It has nothing to do with vegetables.
What I mean is a mixture of things. Because I think it literally was like shit out of his desk. And it might have been stuff that he'd been hanging on to for a while. Like the Iran deal is something he's harped on so fucking much. Like he has these little things that seem to really stick in his craw, and the Iran deal was always one of them. I don't know. I still don't think he's going to get any trouble because I think it's going to boil down to when they're going to get to this place and he's going to be like, look, I am the guy who says whether that is what you say it is or not. You don't even get to decide that that's classified. I do. I'm the guy. You know what? It wasn't. I said it back then. You know why you didn't hear it back then? Because me saying it was classified too. And that's above your pay grade. I feel like he's going to get to that point somewhere along the way. He was like, well, I was the leader of the free world. And so I'm able to say this is classified and that's not. And that's what I did.
So the Espionage Act doesn't require that the document be classified. It can still be a problem on his for him. Yeah. And there was I think Woody's theory is it's shit Trump wanted, right? I heard it was something about Macron's sex life. And he hates that guy. What? Zach says it's something about getting rid of the Iran deal. He's very proud of that. He loved getting rid of the Iran deal. I don't think they're random documents. I think they're some of Trump's favorite shit.
I don't think so. I imagine a lot of them keep little mementos and shit of their time in office.
I don't know. I think that.
Where do you think that blue dress?
There are rules against that. It might be unique to Trump to ignore those rules.
Where's that? Where's that blue dress that Clinton jizzed on? Like where would you guess that is these days?
She should get to keep it. I mean, come on. She should get to keep that. Let her have the dress.
Why didn't she auction it off? That would have been so salacious. Like when she was selling her book, like she should have auctioned that bitch off.
She should have. We should get her. We should get her in line. Oh, it sold for $1 million.
It sold for $1 million.
I was just seeing that, but who got it?
Oh yeah, who got the $1 million? Was it? If it wasn't Monica, that sucks.
You'd think it would go back to Monica. It was her dress. Like it doesn't become someone else's, right?
She got that cum. Like he didn't spontaneously bust. She earned it.
Where's the stain? I don't see much of a stain. They needed lock and load.
It'd be worth $2 million. They'd be like, hey, how can you even tell this was blue? That's what they'd be thinking. Just crispy.
This is Lewinsky didn't realize the dress was stained at the time. She took it out of her closet in 1997 to potentially wear at a Thanksgiving gathering. When she noticed the stain, she told her confidant Linda Tripp about it. So she told her friend Linda Tripp about the stain, and Tripp was secretly recording their phone conversations, waiting for the right time to expose the affair. That's not a good friend. Yeah.
Oh, of course that's not a friend at all.
I was
rude. Linda Tripp is a fucking cunt.
Yeah, I don't like her one bit. Throwing Mr. Clinton under the bus like that. Don't like it.
Our nation's
also
greatest president.
That's what happened to that Seventh Heaven guy too.
One of the funniest presidents behind Trump.
Trump said if he's elected, not only that will he look favorably that he's going. Trump said if he's elected, he's going to pardon those who have been convicted for January 6th.
I'm going to pardon them.
He could have pardoned them while he was president. Just saying.
Well,
and I didn't because I'm old dog. No action.
I don't think so.
You can't.
They're only being charged now. How is he going to pardon them for something in the future?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you can pardon people for things they're not charged with yet.
Not when you're out of office.
What? He was in office. He was in January 20th.
You can pardon people for things they haven't done yet.
You can definitely pardon people for things they haven't. You can preemptively pardon things for they're not charged yet.
That's such trash. You shouldn't be able to do that.
But that's
a good power.
Look, we all know things. This is a thing I know, and also he was president for 14 more days after January 6th.
Yeah, that
something like that. Close 16 days.
They should not be able to do that.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
All I know is that whole thing's been such a fucking nightmare. I can't believe this whole thing happened. But we're in an alternate universe. We really are. There's another universe floating along where everybody's happy and Trump wasn't president. There wasn't a pandemic. Fucking Game of Thrones ended the right fucking way.
Dude, literally, it came.
Harambe is alive.
2012.
That started in 2016.
That other universe,
Justin Bieber.
That other universe fixed one-man army noob tubes.
Yep.
And this is the price of our arrogance.
There you go.
Of thinking that we can just run up Harriers.
Nice.
You just got the instructions in there and everything.
I've got mine upstairs too.
Why do you even have it? You just said you didn't like it.